Well, Congress MP Shashi Tharoor finds himself in the middle of a brand new controversy after saying in Kerala yesterday that if the BJP comes back to power in 2019, then there would be the creation of, then India would become a Hindu Pakistan. That has led to a lot of angry reactions as expected from the BJP in particular. And Shashi Tharoor joins us on NDTV today to talk about this. Shashi Tharoor, you have tried to explain the context in which you said this and what you meant to say. Tell us more about that, because it has caused quite a controversy in the last 24 hours.
I'm not sure what the controversy is about, because it's very clear that the BJP has stood for Hindutva and Hindu Rashtra. It's part of the official ideology of the party. And our Prime Minister has actually asked every ministry to study the thoughts of Deen Dayal Upadhyay, who was, after all, a leader who officially rejected the constitution, as did other heroes of the BJP, V.D. Savarkar and M.S. Golwalkar. So they have said that they don't agree with the Indian constitution. They have said that the fundamental problem with the Indian constitution is that it defines the nation of India wrongly. And they've explained by what they mean by that is that India is seen as a territory with all the people living on it, and that is wrong, they say. The nation of India is actually a people, and the people are the Hindu people. So that's their idea, that the constitution and the nation and the national system should be built on a Hindu Rashtra. Now, they've never repudiated that thinking. If our Prime Minister were to stand up and say, I admire Deen Dayal Upadhyay's other ideas, but I disagree with him on the constitution, then we have nothing to worry about. He's never said that. So on the one hand, we have a Prime Minister who says the constitution is my holy book. On the other hand, he tells every ministry you must study the thoughts and ideas of Deen Dayal Upadhyay. The two things don't gel. One or the other is your real belief, and I think the BJP and the RSS have not held their real faith in a Hindu Rashtra idea for a very long time.
So what
now, I'm a proud Hindu myself, but I believe in an inclusive,
no, so you believe
Hinduism.
That they would actually try to change the constitution if they came back with the majority next year?
Absolutely. I think the one thing that has prevented them from trying so far has been the fact that they haven't had what it takes. That is, a significant majority in both houses as well as half the states. Now they have more than half the states. They have pretty much, with the NDA, almost 2/3 of the Lok Sabha. They don't have the Rajya Sabha. If the day comes when they have all three, I don't see what would stop them, because these are amongst the core convictions of the BJP and the RSS.
But Mr. Tharoor, there are reports that even in your own party, there are others who are very uncomfortable with the remarks that you've made. They believe that, these comments are, comments that play into the hands of the BJP and Narendra Modi, and that this could backfire on the party.
Well, I mean, it's up to their own conscience to decide what they stand for and what they articulate. This has certainly been a consistent set of beliefs I've had. I've actually said this in 2013 in the lead up to the 2014 election. I'm not saying something entirely new. My concern is that indeed the nationalist movement split, but it didn't split between those who wanted a Muslim Pakistan and those who wanted a Hindu India. It split between those who wanted a state based on religion and those who wanted a state that was for everybody. And I think most Hindus actually were with the camp of those who wanted a state for everybody. We believe in an inclusive India. Our constitution reflects an inclusive India. Whereas the other parties that we are talking about, in particular the ruling party today, has yet to spell out such a commitment. Its initial ideological statements are all about Hindutva, and the notion of a Hindu Rashtra is embedded in the definition of Hindutva laid down by Savarkar, whose portrait the BJP has put up in Parliament. I think the BJP can't have it both ways. They have one set of messaging for those who follow their doctrines within their establishment, and then they try and present a more inclusive face to the rest of the country.
So what do you make of the BJP's...
I think it's time to call them out and say, what do you really believe in?
So what do you make of the BJP's demand that the Congress, that Rahul Gandhi should apologize for what you've said? Because they're clearly now turning in this into very much a political issue.
Well, it is a political issue. The speech I was invited to give, the topic that was given to me was on challenges to Indian democracy and secularism. And I believe this is a very profound challenge, that this is very much part of the agenda of those who are seeking votes in the names of in the name of religious polarization. You see, when you have Hindus like myself who are completely unabashed about our faith but see it as an inclusive faith, we don't want to live in a Hindu version of Pakistan. I mean, do you think that the Muslim moderates of Pakistan have any choice but to live in a state which enshrines bigotry, which stamps on the passports of non-Muslims the word that they're non-Muslim? Is that the kind of state we want to create? No. So it's time we stand up against it and say no. Indian Hindus, in fact, Muslim friends have openly said that one of the reasons they feel secure in India is because the Hindu majority here believes in inclusion, believes in embracing all.
So,
that's
so
the
you're
kind
laughing
of
off
India we've built for 70
you're
years.
laughing off an
That's the
apology.
kind of India
You're
that's in
laughing off the demand
Constitution.
for an apology.
I don't see what I should apologize for. I've spoken facts exactly as they are. The day the BJP repudiates the theory of Hindu Rashtra, I'll stop saying this. Because at the moment, Hindu Rashtra remains very much an objective of the RSS, to which the BJP cabinet, as you know, goes annually to pay obeisance. So until they drop their beliefs, how can one stop criticizing them?
All right, Shashi Tharoor, thanks very much for joining us. Let us see how this controversy plays out. Thanks for joining us on NDTV.
Thank you, Nidhi.